All right, Brad, it was fight week here. First of all, going back to Manchester, can you just talk about what it was like to finally get your first win in the UFC under your belt?
Yeah, it was awesome. Obviously, I won in a way that I'd never ever thought I'd win, by submission as well. I mean, the entire time I was at camp and all of my rounds of sparring, not once did I get a submission. And the first attempt on my first fight, boom, straight in, submission. I couldn't believe he tapped. I was already preparing to chuck his head to the side and throw a knee or a kick, so it was surprising to see his hand come up and tap my elbow. It was fantastic.
And since the fight, have you actually maybe trained more jiu-jitsu now that you've got a submission win under your belt?
Yeah, I have been doing a lot more. I've been doing jiu-jitsu almost every day. I've got my purple belt now, so I'm legit. I'm like, you know what I mean? I'm basically a Gracie now. Right. And I've been doing lots of jiu-jitsu, but mainly defence, because I know Claudio's, you know, he's super high-level jiu-jitsu. I know for a fact, if he went to the floor, it's a matter of time unless I can get up. But I suppose vice versa, if he stood in front of me and bang, he's going to walk away a very upset, well, be carried out a very upset man.
So essentially, that's the game plan. You don't want it to go to the ground, you want to keep it standing, right?
I'm not giving away game plans right now, but yeah, of course it is. Yeah.
Can you just talk a little bit about your camp? Now, for those that maybe don't realise this, this is your second camp, if I'm not mistaken, out in Arizona at the MMA lab. Can you just first talk about your decision to go out there for a second time and what it's been like to train with the likes of Benson Henderson and Joe Riggs, etc.?
Yeah, it's fantastic. I mean, I get to go to a country that's foreign, unlike Luke, I get to get away from family and girlfriends and stuff, get to get away, get a break. You know, I get to train with Joe. They're all nice guys as well, but like, it's hot. It's not cold. I wake up in the morning and I want to train. It doesn't take me half an hour to warm up. I can get in there within 2 minutes, I can get straight on sparring. I like the idea, like being out of your comfort zone. And at home, I'm comfortable, I come in, lounge in bed. Do I really have to get up today? Not really. I'll do it tomorrow. But over there, it's like, you know, you're told what to do. I mean, the coaches are so much, well, from what, I don't know, I've never been to, you know, other people's gyms, but from where I'm from, the coaches are so much a higher level over there. Like, everyone, there's like 5, 6 black belts on the mat, 10 All-American wrestlers. I've never met an All-American wrestler before, so it was all good. My striking's above average over there, but otherwise, it's just a lesson every time I go to the gym.
Do you think that's a trend, that there's going to be more British fighters maybe going, you know, to the States or to Brazil or maybe to Thailand and other countries to get their training in for their camps?
I mean, until I heard Luke a minute ago, I thought Luke trained in America, so that's news to me. I thought pretty much everyone in the UFC from the UK ended up training in America. I know John Hathaway trains. I think even John's been away to America before. I know the Carbon guys are pretty, you know, well, got their foot in the door where they are, but everyone else I know trains in the States. I mean, I think it's fantastic. The amount of people on the mat over there is on another level over here. I mean, we get at Trojans when I was there, Dragon's Lair, you know, 10 guys that are worth sparring on the mat. Over there you got 25, 35 each session.
Would you ever make the move permanent, like Mike Biscuit?
Yeah, Arizona's hot though, like really, really hot. Like, it was 50 degrees when I went there in the summer. That's a joke. So I don't know about that.
You seem pretty happy that you were aware. You say you know, it's out of your comfort zone, but you seem that, you know, it was the right decision. Is it more about the decision that you went out there, you feel prepared for the fight, rather than missing the family and the friends and the life here in England?
That's what Skype's for, isn't it? Yeah. just Skype them every now and then. I got to play with guns, go on shooting ranges, drive any car I wanted. I mean, met all the guys I'd seen on the Ultimate Fighter, got to chill out with Ben, a bit boring, but I got to chill out with Ben a few times. I mean, I got to share a house with fighters that I liked. You know what I mean? I like the guys in the Ultimate Fighter, but I like the guys in the house I live in at the moment much better. I know we get to go out and have a few beers at the weekends as well. I've got no text on my phone saying get back and stuff like that, so I prefer it over there. But I want to go back as soon as I can, to be honest with you, just not in August or June or July.
Non-summer months.
Yeah.
And can you just talk about what it means to you to fight in the O2 arena? Obviously, this is the one arena that every fighter in any combat sport wants to compete in the UK. So I'm sure you've had a lot of friends and family, you know, trying to get tickets from you and trying to get access. Can you just talk about what that's going to mean to you?
Well, a lot of them, you know, didn't want to pull their wallet out of their pocket. You know what I mean, out of their pocket, and waited to the last minute, and then it sold out. So they're like, "Oh, you should have said it was going to sell out." So, like, you know, I can predict the future. But yeah, I mean, I'm chuffed. I mean, I watched Dan Hardy fight there a long time ago when Bisping. Can't remember who Bisping fought, but
Bisping Akiyama and Dan Hardy Condit.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, I went and watched that, and obviously I was devastated when Dan Hardy, my idol, got banged out. I was like, no. But yeah, it was an experience. I mean, it's not. I don't think the stadium's as big is Manchester. But when I went there, the atmosphere was a little bit.
It's definitely bigger. The O2 Arena is definitely
bigger.
Yeah, bigger than Manchester. Yeah,
that's fantastic then. Brilliant, more pressure. That's how I like it. Make it.
Yeah, sorry, Jonathan Shriver from Life in London. You sort of alluded to it there briefly. Your time in the house during Tough Smashes. There was obviously that debacle with the diary and things like that. Was that sort of particularly did that make you feel uncomfortable at times during your period in the house?
Well, they stole the books of my dreams and all that. No, I'm joking. It didn't really bother me. They made it look a lot worse than what it was. I think it was about 15 minutes. The only one who really got a bit upset was Valentino anyway, so it was like, wow, sorry. And that was it. It's like, well, hang on a minute, you read it anyway. You shouldn't steal. That's what you get for stealing. They cut your hands off in some countries, so think yourself lucky, do you know what I mean?
And are you still in contact with any of the lads from the series?
I actually went out drinking with Norman after my thing on BT Sport. That was pretty good, catching up with him again. He's a good little laugh, he is. My little Northern Irish mate. So yeah, he sounds a pound. That's about it. I don't speak to anyone else really. If I see like Luke and Bowler and anyone else, I'll say hello. But if they'll be here Saturday, so but that's about it.
You moved up a weight class. What prompted that move for you?
In-N-Out burger, all of that sort of stuff. I was fed up of cutting weight when everyone else was eating. I wanted to eat what I wanted to eat. I like pulled pork, sandwiches, spit roast, all that sort of stuff, cider, all the stuff that's the finest stuff in life. And I'm quite a big guy anyway. I mean, I've met a lot of middleweights. I mean, obviously certain people tower over me, but I'm not really that much smaller than Bisping. When I stood up against Machida, when I met him in Manchester, he wasn't that much bigger than me. He's more muscular, but they weren't much bigger than me, so I'm happy to walk around lighter. I mean, I've only, like now, normally I'd have about 21 pounds to lose, to get the welterweight. That's what I normally would. Now I've only got 9-10 pounds, so I can make weight in 2 hours if I really wanted to. So
maybe that's why you're happier, because it's fight week and you don't have too much weight to cut.
I had breakfast as well, which was fantastic. Yeah, I had an omelette with toast and chocolate spread on the toast, so it was all good. So the calorie intake's much higher as a middleweight. I can eat what I want. I haven't got to be like anal and eat a lettuce leaf with a slice of mackerel on it. I can eat what I want.
I think it leads to better performances, focusing less on the cut and more on training, that aspect of it.
100%. That was like the main thing. Like normally, I was so worried about making weight all the time. I'd feel a bit weak in my sessions. I was more worried about what I weighed and how I performed. Like now, obviously, I've improved so much since going to Arizona, eating what I want, and then going to train. Oh, I'm hungry, happy for a session. Have something to eat. I mean, I feel great. In between sessions, I eat what I want. I wasn't joking. I went to In-N-Out Burger on a regular. It was a regular outing. Was In-N-Out Burger. They knew me by name.
Aside from being a very skilled grappler, Claudio Da Silva, what's your overall view on him as an opponent?
I know he's a grappler. I remember when I first ever started doing any form of jiu-jitsu, not that I really did until like 4 years ago. I was doing some Japanese stuff before that, which is, in comparison, not so good. And it's still good. I mean, if you're in a street fight, grab someone's wrist. No, I'm joking, it's crap. But yeah, I mean, I remember watching him then and I thought, oh my God, he's amazing. I still think he's amazing now, but I'm going to hit him a lot.
People usually talk about the octagon jitters. You've got it through Ultimate Fighter and you've had 2 fights in the UFC now. Do you feel like that gives you an experience advantage of fighting on the world's biggest stage?
I still poop my pants massively before I come out. I nervous wreck before I come out. It doesn't stop. I mean, for him it might be, I don't know, he might be this cool, calm way he is, you know what I mean? But he probably will shit his pants, so probably won't go down very well.
What happened to the beard? If anyone's been following you during the camp, you had this massive beard, and here we are, fight week, and it's gone. What happened to it?
Looked like a Viking, didn't I?
Yeah.
A powerful presence in my beard. No, I needed to lose a couple of pounds, so I just... No, like I was doing a lot of back escapes, and my beard was just getting shorter and shorter, and it was starting to get like bald hair and bushy hair, and I thought, looked like a dick, so I got rid of it. It was just... I posted up on Instagram my epic video of it going, so people were loving it. But the beard had to go. It was ginger, my hair's brown, it was scruffy, like all patchy, like an alopecia beard. It was just, oh.
Being honest, was it because you came back and your girlfriend said you had to? Rather in America, no girlfriend. Over here, your girlfriend said the beard's got to go.
Oh, the opposite. She's like, you keep that beard. You can shave it when you get back. You can stay repulsive over there now.
Sounds like a good girl.
So yeah, it's tight, innit? That's why I had to get away. That's why I think I train in a 15-hour flight. If I could train in Australia, I would. But no, I think getting away is the best thing about it. I mean, there's a time difference as well, so there's only a couple of hours a day I get to speak to her. So if I accidentally oversleep one day, I'm sorry babe, I've missed it.
Is she coming to see you at the fight? Is she coming to watch the fight?
Yeah, my mum, dad, Tina, my brother, and one of her friends, they're all coming to watch the fight. They all sit next to each other. It's painful. I've got to watch all of them cry apart from my dad. My dad cheers me, you know what I mean? That's what dad's for, but the rest just cry. Thank you for your faith. Yeah. Wearing black and stuff. Do you know what I mean? Thank you.
So how much takedown defense have you been training for this fight?
Yeah, a lot.
A lot?
Pretty much, yeah. Can't think of anything else I'd be training, really, apart from takedown defense and back defense.
And I guess Benson Henderson is pretty good for that purpose?
Yeah, but Ben's a freak. He's like... Ben and Joe are just, compared to everyone else at the gym, on another level. Like, you don't realise how good Benson is until you're in there with him, and you're like, yeah, I messed up again. I've got 4 minutes of this now. And there's just no moving him. And he's strong. He's huge for a lightweight. He's seen his legs.
On TV.
I'd kill to have legs like that. Do you know what I mean? Not size 3 feet, though, but proper legs like that. Yeah, he's a scary dude. Nice, but scary. And Joe was probably the worst. He's big, strong. In the gym, he's something else. He's a freak. He's explosive. His boxing's insane. He's got awesome boxing. He's all American again. He's fast. He's strong. I've got an ounce of body fat on him. He walks around at about 215 pounds. I had him. It was not so much taking on defence, but as in getting back up, using the fence against someone like him. He lifted me up and threw me at will. But I you know, if Joe Riggs was to fight Claudio Da Silva, it'd be a very, very bad day for Claudio Da Silva. I think Joe Riggs should be in the UFC. But I think because of personal stuff and other stuff he's messed up in the past, that's probably not going to happen.
When we spoke to Luke, he's kind of already mentioned in previous interviews that he might want to fight Francis Carmont in the future, and he told us that he might have something prepared for his post-fight interview. Do you ever think about things like that, about a next opponent and what you might say in that post-fight interview?
Well, I wouldn't want to fight Francis Carmont for a start and be held down. It'd be horrible. But no, yeah, I mean... No, actually, no.
You don't think about
Nah, not really. I talk about in my own head sometimes who I'm going to call out when they wound me up on a fight. Oh, that's cheating. I'm like, I'm calling you out. He's like a welterweight or something, or bantamweight. Squaring up to him at the TV screen. But no, never. I've never called anyone out in my life. No, I have called someone out, but I can't mention his name. I don't want to give him the airtime.
Do you think that might help you, though, get quicker fights in the future if you were to call somebody out? Because other fighters, they're quite open about, you know, calling other fighters out and trying to get matches made quicker and things like that. So obviously you're the opposite. So are you comfortable with leaving it in the UFC's hands to get your next fight sorted out?
Yeah, I mean, I think sometimes guys call each other out and they still don't get who they ask for. I think at the end of the day it's down to Joe who you get matched up against. I suppose you could ask, but I don't know what he'd say. I mean, someone said to me I should call out Clint Hester. He's a big guy, man. Do you know what I mean? He's got a set of pecs on him. Yeah. That's intimidating. So I don't know if I could do that.
Is there any ideal opponent for you, sort of with a style that you feel would make a really good fight?
Yeah, someone who's not very good in any aspect. He's got like no heart, no chin, no jiu-jitsu, no wrestling. I'd be like, someone who makes me look amazing, like an Anderson
fighter,
Silva.
everyone's asking Joe Silva to fight.
Yeah, yeah, that's the sort of person I want. Yeah, so I look like a white Anderson Silva by the time I finished. You know what I mean? Yeah. Look like a legend. I wouldn't mind that. All jokes aside, Claudio, he almost is a perfect opponent for me, but his jiu-jitsu is at such a high level it can also be a nightmare. I mean, he's good enough with his jiu-jitsu. He could just run and dive at me and pull guard. I mean, that's the sort of level he is at jiu-jitsu compared to mine. I mean, I'm only a purple belt, just no stripes. So I'm not really a Gracie like I claimed earlier, but I'm not far off.
I would have believed.
My jiu-jitsu. Yeah.
Well, judging from your last fight, you know, very quickly put together. And could you just talk about the differences between those two UFC fights? You go to the other side of the world for one fight, go for a 3-round, bloody, tough brawl, and then the next fight, hometown crowd, and it's over in, I think, the first 2 minutes of the first round?
Yeah, and I think Kuiper's definitely better than Rob Whittaker as well. That's what makes me mad. I don't even like to talk about it, to be honest with you. I watched my I watched my fight the other day with Rob Whittaker for one of the first times. I hate watching it. Makes me mad, and I don't like Kenny Florian anymore. I don't think he said one good thing about me for like 15 minutes. But it might not have been Kenny Florian actually. I think it was. I was just getting savage. I was watching it, and like I think the crowd does play a huge part in it. Mm. And I think every time I got hit, the crowd went wild. I could have landed anything I wanted. Nothing. Not a sound. So I'm just hoping I get a knockout this weekend, to be honest with you. I want to knock him out bad. Not like hurt him, but like, knock him out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Get one of those bones. Alright. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
That's what I do.